Hey, welcome back to the Game of Life show with me, your host, Niall Higgins. We're here every single Friday and we talk all things life, tech, and gaming on the one and only SA Commuter Radio. If you want to get in touch with the show, you can call us on 083 228 2406, or you can even send an email to gaming@sacommuter.co.za. Today we have a special guest in studio. We're going to be chatting to her. She is the co-founder of RTS Gaming Clan along with Ice Queen. She's absolutely amazing. Her name is Fourie. How's it going, Lee? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? Excited and stressful at the same time, nervous.
Don't be stressed. We're super chilled. We're going to chat gaming. We're going to have fun. Don't stress. I'm super happy to have you on the show. We're great friends as well. We go back, we play Fortnite together. So that's how we kind of...
and Among Us, actually.
And Among Us. Sorry, my bad. You're right. We sussed each other out a little bit in Among Us as well. So yeah, I'm very excited for this interview and to chat about RTS. It's so cool.
Yeah, yes. I'm so excited for being here. Thank you for asking me and having me. I'm really excited to talk about it and tell everybody a bit more about it. And I think lots of people need to know more about it as well.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's absolutely a pleasure. And let's get right into it. So I guess the first thing we need to discuss is what is RTS and how did it come to kind of be? Explain the story.
Okay, so RTS is a Fortnite gaming clan. So it started with, I don't know if you know the social media platform TikTok. It got quite popular recently, and there's lots of famous clans, like Next Vision is actually an org, so they actually inspired us. And then my mom was like, let's start a clan. Now that's Ice Queen I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sure, it's a long process. But then she started it, and it's called RTS. It stands for Rejected Talented Soldiers. Oh. And what inspired her actually was my nephew was passed away last year, October, and he was a big gaming person himself. And he wanted to go further and further. So we thought, okay, let's take the clan and keep his name high a little bit to stay with us, you understand?
Wow.
So our logo is RTS with wings behind, and the wings represent him.
Oh, sorry. Nice.
That's so
special. Oh my word. So and the actual name, so the Rejected Talented Soldiers, that correct?
Yes, because there's lots of famous players out there that aren't getting clout on social media, but they're so good at the game. And we want to take those kids that were rejected from these big clans and give them the chance to shine. And we've actually done that with a few players who build names through us.
That's actually so cool. I like the idea of taking the underdog and kind of giving them a platform to do their thing. Because you're right, there's so many cracked kids out there on Fortnite and Call of Duty and all sorts that are so talented. And I think in South Africa in specific, there's so much potential. I think it's just hard to get that recognition. So that's pretty amazing that you guys are giving them that platform.
Opportunity. And also teaching them a bit more about social media to grow their platforms as well. It has helped them to get a bit of clout running and getting known under the Fortnite community.
Sure. And what kind of social medias do you guys focus on? You said TikTok. Do you do other things like Instagram, or what's the main target zones for you guys? YouTube? What is it?
Yeah. So we started with TikTok, where we got a lot of fame, but now we're actually moving over to Twitter and YouTube as well, because we're streaming all our clan wars on YouTube and people watch that live, and we want to make team montages. So you put everybody's famous little one pump clips in one big montage and everybody watch it together. So we're going over to that and Twitter as well. But Twitter is a difficult platform to reach, but we're trying our best. But the main one at the moment, I would say, is TikTok.
And I mean, TikTok is just kind of, not new. It's been around for a year or two now, but it's just kind of come around and taken over. I mean, you see TikTok videos on Instagram now. It's a huge
everywhere
and stuff like that. And I know that you've got quite a big following on TikTok as well as a Fortnite gamer yourself. We'll chat about you as a gamer too. Is that kind of how you came to realize, maybe we should start a thing of this, with RTS and in general,
Yeah, so I was I wanted to join a clan when I was starting to get a little bit of clout on TikTok. I was I think I can join a clan as a content creator. I'm not very good at the game, but I think I make funny content with my friends, and I think that will help. So I joined one clan, Void was their name, and I was you know what, I think we can do this myself. So I spoke to my mom about it, but I never had the guts to start it. And then next time she told me, Lee, I started the clan. And I was no, I'm not going to join your clan. I'm in my clan. And the next moment, I just see Cammy is joining and all my friends are joining RTS. I'm okay, let me just go help my mom and see what's happening.
Wow.
And then from there on, I became co-owner, and we were just growing and growing and growing from there on.
That's amazing. So your mom as Ice Queen, that's her name. That's such a cool name, by the way. Shout out Ice Queen. But like your mom, did your mom see you gaming and then decide to start the clan? Or did she like also start gaming with you? Because I know that your mom plays too now. But how did she kind of come into like gaming herself? Has she gamed for a while, or is this kind of like a new adventure for her too?
Yeah, so what happened is when we go to work during the day, my mom was off. She would like play Fortnite with like family, with her sisters. Because we're a big family, a gaming family ourselves. Like my whole family games, everybody. There's not one person. Like me, my aunt is gaming Fortnite on her cell phone because she doesn't have an Xbox. So you can just
Yeah.
imagine. And then from there on, she like sees everybody having fun and the friendships that she made. She like she
Mm.
wants to, and there's lots of kids actually. What inspired her mostly is these kids are so depressed and sad, and they feel alone, and they don't have somebody to speak to. So she wanted to create like a platform where they would feel safe and have people to play with, have people to speak with, where you are accepted and not being judged for your difference. And even if you aren't good at the game, you know, you can help someone get better. So we were
Mm.
like helping people grind, and even my mom, she was a big bot, but now she's actually starting to catch up.
Be careful.
So
Your
I
mom's going
think
to listen to this and going to say, you calling me a bot, eh? She's going to 1v1 you just now.
she actually called me out to a 1v1. We're still waiting for that to
Well, when it
happen.
happens, you better live stream it so that everybody can watch it, eh?
I think we should actually.
That's
Good
brilliant.
idea.
I love the idea behind RTS as like you said, the rejected talented. Like that's really cool,
Mm.
and especially for a lot of kids out there that are looking for a bit of meaning and stuff. I think
Mhm.
that's really beautiful. And I know that you guys do like what they call clan wars. Now been watching a few of the clan wars here and there. It's really cool to watch, and I mean the beef gets quite intense sometimes. But for those of people who don't understand what a clan war is, can you just explain what clan wars are and how they work?
So what happened is, like when you have a normal rugby match, you know, you get like leagues that they have to go to. So these teams need to verse each other to go to the next level.
Hmm.
So it's basically the same with clan wars, except now you're doing a gaming. So you're doing box fight, and zone wars is the main thing that you run for. So you have 10 rounds of box fights.
Hmm.
Wherever a team reaches first to 10, so you do round for round. You can choose, it can be a 2v2, a 3v3, a 4v4. So you choose your best four players
Hmm.
against the other clan's four players. And then they fight out in box fight. They take the score. Whoever wins there, then you go through to zone wars. And then you go first to 10, whoever's first to 10. And then you take, like, they call it aggregates. So now aggregates means you take the top score between both and you add them together. And whichever team has the highest wins. So Sanama, for
Oh,
example, RTS won box fight 10-6, but the other clan won zone was 10-6. It would be a tie because it would be
I
12,
see.
12, you understand?
Yeah, I
And then
see
you would
that.
do realistics to catch up that. So you see whoever wins realistics in the end wins
Oh.
the clan wars. So it's different. Or you can have, and no, it's mostly box fight and zone wars. I don't really see them do something else.
Yeah.
It's box fight and zone wars.
And it's nice because then you get, I mean, for those of people who don't know, in Fortnite, there's so many different types of areas of ability. So it's either you can build really well, or you shoot really well, or your positioning is really good, your gameplay is smart. And so with box fights and zone wars, there's different types of
Different.
abilities being shown. So that
Yes.
kind of evens out the playing field, which is nice. And then do you guys like usually, I know like, listen, we've had big chats in gaming, not like with Fortnite and stuff, asking for people not to gamble with the game anymore. They've asked not to do, you know, like money stuff, but obviously tournaments do exist and stuff. Do you guys do any tournaments for like prizes, or do you do any cash things, or are you guys just doing it purely for the clout and for the kind of the reputation? Like what's at stake?
We start off with clan wars so we can build names so people can see what's RTS. So
Hmm.
after that you can start doing wager clan wars. So the team we had our first one was 500 rand. So it
Nice.
was a 500 rand bet there. So whichever clan won the 500 rand at the end. So but we haven't continued with that yet because unfortunately the server has broken down.
Oh,
But you can do that, or you can have normal wagers between people. So you can have one player versus another player and they can wager each other. But what we're also doing for content wise for the community, we're hosting tournaments where we, for example, sponsor a skin or sponsor exit lag for the month or sponsor 200 Rand for the first prize. So we would have like custom solos, custom duos, custom squads. And
yeah.
then whoever wins there gets a prize at the end. So it's different things you do for content at the end to grow your clan's name because you don't want to be known just for clan wars. You want to be
Sure.
known for content as well.
Sure. And
Yes.
with contents and stuff, you know, are you considering? I know that you guys do a lot of video stuff, and like you said, the collages. But you know, with the video and stuff, you can make kind of like. Are you maybe in the future planning on starting individual like channels for these for the people, obviously the games that are part of RTS, or like is that something in the future that you want to maybe do? Is like build up each individual brand, or for now is it just like RTS in general as like a whole kind of organization?
I think for at the moment our goal is to become an organization. So
Okay.
as soon as our whole team is registered as an org, we can move forward into individually. But a clan has different teams. So you have your creative warriors, those are the people that do your clan wars. So you have your
Yeah.
PC team, because it's difficult to put a PC player against a console player, because you're talking about
Sure.
frame rates and your frames per second and your ping, because
Sure.
PC has a lot of advantages, like you can get exit lag, you can get lower ping. And
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have African servers in South Africa, it's really difficult to compete money-wise for the community. So you have to take part in EPS tournaments
Mm-hmm.
for that. But as soon as we are registered as an org, we can grow from there now. Like our content creators, they grow their own personal channels. And then you have your VFXs, that's your visual effect people. And you have your GFX, they create like your banners and your logos. So they obviously are allowed to be in more than one clan or an org at a time. And they brand their own. They brand on their own. They can choose if they
Okay.
want to put RTS in their name, but they are not forced to do that. But our creative warriors and our comp players are the people that take place in tournaments. They obviously carry out the RTS name because sponsors look at your placements in tournaments. So it's very difficult to become an organization in South Africa because of our servers. So if we get more people to start playing Fortnite and enjoying the game, we can start getting servers, and we need lots of people to trend like
Yeah.
Fortnite South African servers,
True.
African servers. I see if you look on Twitter, you would see famous like TSM organization in America. They are tweeting about our server. So we need to get the name out there. We need more people to know about our servers. And I know lots of people don't take Fortnite seriously, but it can become something big if we all start talking about it. I think it's an important subject
100%.
for the gamers.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we're having this conversation. I think we definitely need more, server potential in this country for sure. And I think that's a great way to to go about it. And we were talking about you wanting, like, the dream for now is to like be kind of register as a gaming organization. So for me, you guys are a gaming clan now. And what I want to ask is, what's the difference between a gaming clan and a gaming organization? Is there a difference?
Yeah. So organization is your players are paid to play for you. So you have companies sponsoring your clan to carry out the name. So you will get, like, for example, lots of people are sponsored by G Fuel. So you must like make videos of saying Clan Wars sponsored through G Fuel. So you basically carrying out other people's names, but you pay your players and you make money by playing the game. But as a clan, you need to grind for that. So you need to prove how strong your team is and that you have a good name. Like, you have to make sure there's no toxicity in between your teams. They're not saying racial accusations. It's a big challenges like that you need to make sure as well amongst your players. So I think the difference between that is it's a professional level, it's a bit higher, but it's possible for anybody to become that. You just have to grind your butt off.
Fantastic. That's great. I mean, you guys seem to be well on your way to something quite successful. And I mean, RTS hasn't been around that long. When did it start again?
Started 2 months ago, exactly.
Sheesh.
The 23rd of 23rd of April is when we started, I think, or March. I'm so
That's
sorry.
crazy.
It's
And
a
there's so
bit wild,
many.
but
Yeah.
we've grown in that few months,
We
actually.
have. I mean, it's actually quite wild. There's so many people that have joined, and I mean, you guys are going against some of the other really good clans. I mean, it really has grown in just the 2 months. So I mean, who knows what the future could hold in the next year or 2 years. So it's very impressive.
Exactly.
It
It
really
is.
is
So
impressive.
like we're having people in our clan with like 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now I know it might not sound a lot, but for South
It's a
Africa,
lot, yeah.
Fortnite streamer, it's quite a lot. So I think we've grown very fast. And the thing is, we're not just a clan to game. We want to be a family for the people and make people feel welcomed. And because there's so much toxicity amongst clans in TikTok, unfortunately, you lose lots of friendship because of clan wars.
Yeah.
But we want to make a difference. We want to prove that even if we lost a clan, we can still be best friends afterwards and we can laugh about it at the end of the day. And I think that's the main goal lots of clans and even potential orgs need to do is put out the non-toxicity.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're hoping to be an example. I think that's our main thing as a family that has non-toxic and everybody is welcome, no matter your skill. your
Yeah,
skill level in the game.
that's a very honorable thing to be considering, and we will chat about the challenges, that you guys may be facing. In a little while, we'll be chatting about the kind of toxicity that you might experience, not only as a clan but as like a girl gamer in general. We'll get to that now, but before we do, I just want to ask, what are the tools to building a good gaming organization? What do you think is necessary to possess or to have in order to kind of build this organization or this clan at first up into the organization levels?
So you need to set up a formal roster. So you need to have your creative warriors, your com players, and your content creators. So you can't have too much because you're thinking of paying these players at the end of the day. You can't afford 60 members. You can, but for beginning, you need to have a formal roster of at least 8 players per group. And you need to make sure that your com players are placing. So you need that, and you need, obviously, if you have a PC team, they need to have a proper PC, a proper keyboard, a proper mouse. The console players need to have good controllers, if on keyboard and mouse.
Sure.
That as well. And as well, you need to make sure that they have time to game because everybody has school, work, exams. So you need to make sure they are fully committed into your clan before you take them over to the organization. And obviously, you need to have a good name. So you need to make sure there has been no previous racial accusations against him. Their social media is clean.
Yeah.
It's a lot of steps you need to take. And so you need to physically interview each person and make sure they are positive. They have what it
sounds
takes.
Like a job interview, eh? She's hectic.
It is really, you wouldn't expect these things. Like when we started the clan, you first put people in and then after a while you realize it wasn't a good decision and you need to take more steps into recruitment. So recruiting process, it's a big issue, yeah.
It sounds like one. And I mean, now you said you need a quality roster in order to make this ship sail. So when it comes to scouting members for RTS, what kind of members do you look for? Do you have, I think that a lot of people that are out there that are gamers might be wondering, do I have to be a pro to join RTS, or is there a different kind of scouting technique that you guys use? What do you look for in your members? Besides obviously having a good reputation, and obviously if you are, the better you are, but do you have to be pro to join the clan?
No, we actually don't have. We have pro players, but our main thing isn't to just take the pros that are already known because they've had their chance. So when we look for members, we look at what they're posting on social media, how they interact with the community is very, very, very important, and as well how they play the game. So we would invite them to the lobby, jam with them a bit, see their personality. You need to be able to communicate with them, and you can see how they play. Can they play as a team? It doesn't help you put a big pro player, but you can't play as a team together. And there's fighting and clashes. So you can have the top 4 players in SA play together and you think you're going to win. But if they don't have chemistry, there's no point. So we look for chemistry when it comes to recruitments, as well as just the way you treat the people around you is important for RTS. We care about your skill as well, but most important is your way you act around people is very important for us.
Yeah, your attitude is huge. Hey? I think it's,
yes.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're really not on that kind of attitude playing level, I don't think you're going to work well with, you're not going to make friends easily. And exactly. I've even personally seen playing, I've joined some of your creative lobbies, and there can be some interesting conversations. We'll call them conversations, but you know that they're a little more extra than conversations. But when we come back, we'll chat to Lee more about gaming, clan wars, and just being a gamer in general on the one and only SA Commuter Radio. Don't change that dial. We will see you in a second. Welcome back to the Game of Life show. You're joining me again, your host, Niall Higgins, and we are currently chatting to Lee Fourie, who is the co-founder and co-owner of the RTS Gaming Clan. But talking about these kind of guys that, start a bit of toxic rivalry and talk nonsense, talk about the challenges that you may have faced so far as a clan. I'm sure there's a few.
I think in the beginning, because our main goal is not allowed to be toxic, you would get lots of people saying, oh, they were toxic to me, they did the emote on me. So you constantly have to sort out, it's not big issues, but you need to sort them out to make sure that even if it isn't seen as a big issue, you need to make sure your members are happy no matter what. So we would call them into a Discord call saying, I know it was just a dance, but you can't be toxic onto your members, or you can't, in your name stands RTS. So if someone sees you, speak like that. And lots of people, because of jealousy, it's important. It's a big hassle. So when you are in a lobby with other players, we tell our teams, don't be rude, don't be toxic. If they kill you, say GG. Don't swear or say crude words. I know lots of people have anger. I mean, even me myself, I rage at the game, but
We all do.
just try your
So
best to keep it calm. And I think it's difficult to control everybody. As a big challenge for me myself is controlling what everyone says. And lots of people get angry saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave the clan because this and this and this." But I want people to understand from a leader's point of view, it's difficult to control each and every one. We can only do so much at a point, but we try our best to keep toxicity clean. And I would say up to now, we've done our best and it's been going well.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I can imagine. And I mean, a lot of your players, I'm sure, are younger guys. You know, a lot of them are younger guys and younger girls that are still in school, for example. You know, that's a lot of the really good players are younger. And I'm sure it's like, it must be hard to deal with all these people that are kind of still developing, you know, as human beings. I mean, it's hard enough for people that are adults, you know, to get along in an organization. There's still petty rivalries. I'm sure for like the younger crowd, it's got to be even worse, you know, especially when it comes to toxicity and just stupid things, you know, like you said, dancing on a teammate and saying that you're a bot, you know, silly small things. But it must be difficult to deal with all of these different and small little, you know, clashes between each gamer. So it could be, sure, it's quite entertaining at times as well. I know it has been for me.
It's really, we've actually had a big issue now recently with a big toxicity problem where people actually hacked into our Discord server and the people's IPs were getting leaked. So it's you think of little things like the fighting between the members, but you must think of a wider sense like these hacking and people like making false statements against you, like saying, "Oh, this one said a racial word," and they post it on TikTok and it goes viral, but there's a whole story behind it that they don't know. And once people get to know your side of the story, they understand. So there's always two sides of the story, no matter what. You're not always right. So RTS obviously had a few toxic times where we were wrong, and we do fix it and make right. But you can only learn and grind from there and become better.
Exactly. And like you said, a lot of these smaller things can turn quite nasty, like pretty quickly. So I guess it takes a lot of skill to kind of deal with it. But yeah, at least, you know, you're going to come across some setbacks, and that's fine as long as you guys are dealing with it in a mature and responsible way, then I guess, you know, progress can be made. So yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Just one more thing I want to say as well is we actually have different, I want to say divisions. So we have like a teens division because, like you mentioned, the age gap. So older kids don't like to get irritated with younger kids telling them what to do. So we have a teens.
Oh, okay.
We have a seniors, and then we have our girls, because the girls in between the boys, no offense towards the boys, but they can simp hard on this game. Or they either simp or they're either very, very rude towards the girls. And I'm sure lots of girl gamers can agree with me on the toxicity you receive. So we have different groups to keep the peace in that way. And I would say since we made the different groups, it's been going well and better as well.
Well, that's a really good idea, actually. It's something that I've been chatting to my friends when we play games a lot is, you know, we have a lot of the younger people trying to join our lobbies, and sometimes we wonder and we think maybe we shouldn't let them play. I mean, we love them, they are bros, but at the same time, you know, we end up talking about different things that they would, and sometimes there's some things that they shouldn't be hearing, you know, and like you said, especially with the girls, like, I'm glad you brought this up because I'd like to talk about it now. You know, being a girl gamer, and I've seen it myself, you've seen people, you know, not only do they simp, you know, like you say, but there can be a lot of, like, it can get really bad. Like a lot of the guys, I mean, we've had this conversation before, but a lot of the guys can really take out their frustrations on the female players, and it's got to be a little bit of a tough arena to navigate sometimes. So from you as a girl gamer, from your perspective as a girl gamer, what's it like? Like, you know, let's talk a little bit about what it means to be a girl gamer, and also, like, how do you deal with all of that, you know, nonsense that may come your way, and, like, do you have a message to the people out there on, you know, the best way to, like, kind of behave? You know what I mean? What do you think in that kind of arena? I know you have a lot to say, so let's talk about that.
Okay, so from my point of view, I've had a lot of positive reactions. Like, I grow quickly on TikTok. I love the interaction with the community, but then there's two people. There's never in between. Sometimes, but rarely. So you have someone that's either flirting with you, simping for you. There's nothing wrong. Like, you would play a game and they would drop you like their gold weapons, or they wouldn't kill you, or they would protect you. It's nice. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. And then when their friends join and they see this, they're like, "Oh, you're a simp. You're doing this. You're doing this." When actually they're technically just being friendlier to the girl playing the game. There's no other meaning behind it. But I think lots of guys see it that way. And then obviously you get the bad side, where you would join a lobby, and if you kill the guy, they would be like, "Oh, go to the kitchen, go make me a bread," or "You belong in the kitchen," or like Fortnite created an emote where they're sweeping with a broom and they would say, oh, look, Fortnite thought of girls and this is what they brought up.
Yeah, I
Or
know. Yeah, silly.
so many times I would get, oh, you a girl, that's why you got followers. Oh, you a girl, that's why you're growing. Oh, you a girl, or everybody in your clan is just simping for you. Or it's really, as a girl leader in the clan, even with my mom, the challenges you face is so much harder. I think for lots of girls out there, they should just ignore them and grow. We need to prove, that's what we need to prove girls can make it as well. We can be top 10 as well.
Yeah.
And I think lots of girls, I've had like 4 friends quit the game because guys were so rude and disrespectful to them. Or girls don't even speak over the mics because they get teased because either their voice is too deep or it's called
Yeah.
forcing your voice. Or
Sure.
and technically, you can't help if you have a softer voice or you have a deeper voice. I mean, some guys have soft voice, some guys have a
Sure.
harder voice. There's no judging in that. And if a girl beats you, it doesn't necessarily mean you're bad at the game. It just means she's got more skill, and boys need to accept, no offense, some girls are better
Sure.
and they hate it. I like to put out there that girls are just as good as boys. There's no gender doesn't prove you better in a gaming community. I think everybody needs to grind to get better.
I completely agree with you, and I think there can be a lot of unnecessary harassment when it comes to girls in the games. Like it can be quite unacceptable at times, and I think a lot of the times for the girl games out there that may be listening, it's important to ignore them, but it's also important to protect yourselves. If you feel harassed at any time, or if you feel as though you are being kind of pushed around or spoken to disrespectfully, make sure that you either unfriend them, make sure you kind of keep away from them. Don't give out your social medias. A lot of these younger guys, especially, and I've spoken to you before about this, but I believe a lot of the younger players, they're in high school and stuff, and they're going through this kind of phase where they are kind of learning about the opposite sex for the first time, and so they kind of are not simping for girls, but they are kind of like learning how to kind of navigate with girls, and a lot of the times they do feel rejected because they're growing, and so what they'll do is they'll come onto a game like Fortnite and they'll really take out their anger because they feel rejected. They'll take out their anger on girl players and say, oh, you're a bot or whatever, or you only get followers because you're a girl. It can be a lot of like personal issues that come into it as well, so don't take it too personally all the time. Do your own thing, and just keep grinding and let your skills speak for yourself. But yeah,
and like I like what you mentioned about keep your personal TikTok or your personal information away from that, because lots of times with me, speaking out of experiences, I would go live on TikTok and I would speak to them, but I don't show my face, so they'd be like, show your face, show your face, show your face, show your face, show your face. And like, why? If a guy was streaming now with his keyboard in his hand, would you ask him to show his face?
yeah, exactly.
I think guys want to see girls, and there's lots of girl gamers out there as well that project wrongly. So they would put their face and it'd be like, they would just be inappropriate. And I think girls need to stop doing that as well. You need to be professional when you're gaming as a girl. It's a profession people follow. I mean, treat it professionally. There's people out there that want to do something with it. And some girls take the name away from the girl gamer. So you need to not moan about the toxicity, but rise above it and do better. So be like an example to show them, despite the hate or the meanness, I'm going to grow and move on. Don't say bad stuff back like, oh, you're dog water or whatever they like to say. Just mute your mic and shoot him in the game. Take him out in the game.
Yeah. Body him in the game, exactly. I like
body him there, exactly. I like that.
Perfect. Exactly. That's great advice. I think a lot of people need to hear that. There's a lot of, there can be positive. We want it to be a positive experience. It's supposed to be fun, Gaming is supposed to be a good time, not full of nonsense. And that kind of brings, let's go into a more positive question here. Like, talking about gaming being fun, what made you fall in love with gaming in the first place? Like, was Fortnite your first game? What kind of drew you into gaming in general? What made you fall in love with it?
So I love Sims. I don't know if you know Sims.
Of course I know the Sims, yes.
Yes, I used to play Sims all my life on Xbox 360, Sims 3. And my cousin, her name's Shanae, she told me she's playing Sims 4. And I was like, I want to play Sims 4, but I can't get it on my laptop because you need lots of RAM and stuff for that. She's like, no, she's playing on an Xbox One. I'm like, I'm buying an Xbox One. So I bought myself an Xbox One, and she told me, download Fortnite. It's a free game.
Oh.
So I downloaded Fortnite, and up to now, I think I've played Sims 3 times. And I've just been gaming Fortnite. Oh, I just met so much nice people on the game. I think it's more about the social life that I'm getting from it, and meeting people. I mean, look who I met. I met you, and I met so much other people. It's different. It's really, really nice. And I think lots of people feel rejected from the real world. Like, you feel you don't fit in, or you're not. And then when you come onto the community, you fit in and you feel welcome and you feel loved. And I think that's what made me enjoy it very, very much.
Yeah, it's hugely social and it's full of like-minded people a lot of the time. You never know who you could meet. I mean, I still have friends from like around the world that I've never met face to face before, and they're like I would consider them friends, and I've never met them, but I've met them over Fortnite, and it's crazy. You can really
You feel close to them.
Hey,
you feel close to them,
Yeah,
even though
exactly.
you've never met them.
Exactly. You can really develop quite strong friendships and stuff. So it's a huge part of the game and why I think a lot of people like us love the game. And so, obviously Fortnite is now your main game. It's your love right now. So I have to ask you, what do you think about the current state of the game? Like if you could improve on anything, or if you think there's something that, might could be changed or whatever, what do you think? Or do you what's your opinion on the game at the moment?
I've always loved Fortnite. I like to defend Fortnite because lots of people speak bad about it. And I know we don't have servers, but I mean, if we can all play the game and make it fun and speak positive about South Africa Fortnite hosting this, we can get servers and we can grow. Obviously,
Sure.
we can't force Fortnite to change stuff. We can make a community for example, if you're speaking about the new season, they have UFOs. And I love Fortnite, but they need to remove the UFOs.
No, there's always something.
Yeah, but honestly, the game is so fun. I mean, the battle royale, it's really fun. There's so much content you can make from it. The laughs. I mean, the emotes. If you think about the emotes or the fun, you can basically live a virtual life through it. Like me and my one friend was building houses in creative. We built our whole freaking house there with cars, and you can do so much more to the game than just killing people like a battle royale. You can do more.
Sure.
There's so much about the game.
There is. It's amazing. Like as much hate as there is, it's quite a remarkable game, and how they've managed to keep it fresh and interesting, over these couple of years, and keep Epic Games has managed to keep it as the number one game for like 3 years.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unrivaled.
exactly.
It's quite amazing. I think there's a lot of things to be said. I think the major thing for me in the game is just what I don't really understand, and I think there needs to be a look at, is the skill-based matchmaking. For those people who are competitive, I think the skill-based is a little off at times. I won't play for a month and then come back to the game, and suddenly I'll be in a game with Mr. Savage or Mongrel or something. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why are you here in my game? So I think there needs to be a kind of look at the skill-based. I think that it's not as efficient as it can be. And obviously the servers are, I think, what most people cry about in the game. And I would love to see a South African server, just ping-wise.
Me too.
It would make a huge difference, especially in box fights and close combat. But
Yes,
otherwise,
definitely.
I think the game is quite special.
If you look at Mongrel and them playing on 40 ping and 60 or 10 ping or 0 even, how fast they edit. And if you look at some of these South African players on 120 ping, have you seen how fast those kids edit?
It's unreal.
Can you just imagine? And I want to shout out to the competitive community for continuing on this high ping, playing against low pingers and still being able to play. And I think that's what I'd like to change about the game is also for arena-wise, like make it more fun for the comp players. I mean, yes, you get points, but bring something else. Like give them something more to, like, say if you reach 1,000 points, you get a sticker, or if you reach 10,000, or if you reach champions, you get like a free emote that only you will get for that season. I'm so sorry about that.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
I think they need to work on that, definitely. For the comp side, they need to bring something else out.
It's so true. I saw a funny photo the other day. It was like a meme. And it was like a photo of some guy, like a professional player. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like some professional player with like 40 kills in the game. And it's like some pro player that grinds like 10 hours a day. And then in the other picture, it's like this cat crying through like a scope. And it's like me who comes home after work after a long day trying to have fun. And it's true. Like this whole mix of pro players versus like people that just want a more casual experience. It's a bit, there needs to be a bit of a separation of that. And I think, like you said, if they made Arena more interesting and more rewarding for the pro players, then the casual players would have more of a space to kind of just get out there and have fun, I
agree. We need to do that. And I think as well to motivate some people to join comp, do that as well. So if you see people are getting something from comp, I might try it as well. And I think if we get more South African people participating in comp, we can get servers. We need to get more people to play and promote the African servers. Like tweet at Epic every day. Even if you're sitting on the toilet, tweet at them saying, hey, give us South African servers.
Yeah.
They're going to have to listen to us one way or another. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't do it there. I do it after I've been killed in a game where I've just lost like my wall for the 5th time, and then I'm like, please. I try to hold myself back. Don't swear at them on Twitter. Don't like chirp them, because I'm like, give us damn servers. It's not fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a good bit of advice. Do it peacefully, not like me though.
Yeah. Or like when you should like, I shot first.
Yeah.
That's my
The shot
most
was
thing
off
is
2
I shot
seconds
first.
before. Yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah. I think the game has its ups and downs. It's just
Sure.
what you make of it.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. And before we wrap up, I just wanted to ask you any advice for someone who may want to like either start their own clan or even join a clan like RTS. What advice would you give somebody?
I think that the biggest advice I would give them is not to give up. People will come, people will go, but you just need to keep grinding. Stick with the loyal ones. Make sure when you recruit people, you recruit the right people. That way you will keep your clan happy. And if you want to join RTS, grind. I mean, there's always a chance, no matter your skill, no matter even the big clan, like FaZe. I mean, look at Scope.
Yeah.
He grinded for 10 years and he joined. So it's never not going to happen. You just have to give your best and do your best.
I like that. And for people who want to get in touch with you guys
I
and
want you to read that.
hello, oh sorry, I think you might have cut out there. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry
Lovely
about
part
that.
of the online interviews. I can hear you now perfectly. As long as you can hear me. And for anybody out there who wants to maybe get in touch with you or with RTS, like how can they get in touch? What are your socials? How can people follow you guys?
So they can follow us on TikTok as rejected talent, on Instagram, sorry about that, and on TikTok it is RTS_clan, or they can just, I think the biggest person is me and Ice Queen, so it's Gamer Girl Lee and Ice Queen on TikTok. I think that's the best spot to see us.
RTS Ice Cream.
Fantastic. RTS Ice Cream. Got it.
Yeah.
Lee, it's been
Fancy.
an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for joining me and chatting a little bit about gaming. It's been great.
It was awesome. Thank you for having us and just letting us tell people that RTS is not just a team but a family, and we're there to make the community better, like create a healthy gaming environment for all ages, no matter all gender. And I think we need to get more people out like that. Thank you for giving us the chance to speak about that. I think it's important.
Honestly, a pleasure. Thanks so much. Have a lovely day.
Thanks, Niall. You too.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Game of Life show with me, your host, Niall Higgins, where we chatted to Miss Lee Fourie all about RTS Gaming Clan. I hope that you guys enjoyed that show and that episode. If you want to get in touch with the show, if you've got any gaming stories you want us to discuss, or if you're a gamer that wants to be on the show and chat to me, please don't be shy. Get in touch with the show by calling us on 083-228-2406, or you can send me an email at gaming@sacommuter.co.za. As always, guys, stay growing, stay gaming, and stay great.